Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dana. If this is your very first time, I make vlogs with my family. And if you are oldie but a goodie, welcome back. Okay guys, so we're going to talk about my 5-week pregnancy update. So if you see me looking to my left, I'm looking at my notes. So according to Baby Center, baby is the size of a sesame seed and looks more like a tiny tadpole than a human. He's now made up of 3 layers: the ectoderm, the mesoderm, and the endoderm, which will later form all of his organs and tissues. The neural tube from which your baby's brain, spinal cord, and nerves and backbone will sprout is starting to develop in top layer called the ectoderm. This layer will also give rise to his skin, hair, nails, mammary, and sweat glands, and tooth enamel. His heart and circulatory system begin to form in the middle layer, or mesoderm. This week, in fact, his tiny heart begins to divide into chambers and beat and pump blood. The mesoderm will also form your baby's muscles, cartilage bone, and subcutaneous under the skin tissue. Okay, let's get into my symptoms. So I'm still having the same symptoms, which is heat flashes, fatigue, sensitive smell, and thirst. I noticed that I'm still having nausea. It's not to the point where I feel like I'm gonna barf at any moment, at any time of the day. It's not like that. It's just one of those feelings where my mouth will start foaming, and it just would make me feel like I just can't eat anything. Like every time I try to eat something, like I would just literally feel like I just can't eat it. Like my stomach will seem like I would have to throw up, but it just wouldn't be like full blown, like, oh my goodness, I need to get something to drink, or oh my goodness, I'm gonna throw up. Like, it's not one of those type of feelings. It's just like, ugh, I don't think I want to eat that, or I just don't want to eat that no more. I don't feel good. So it's one of those type of feelings. Some new symptoms that I've been noticing has been frequent urination, headaches, slight headaches, not like to the point where I feel like, oh my god, this is like really hurting me. No, not like that, just like a little slight headache here and there. I also noticed on October 28th through the 30th, my legs and my feet were cramping really bad. They don't really cramp as much now, I can say. It only happened around that time, so I'm glad that I'm not really bothered by it anymore. On the 29th, I also noticed that I was being really moody. Like, for some reason, I have noticed that I've been crying a lot lately for nothing. The littlest things just bother me. I noticed that I can get really cranky sometimes, and I feel really bad because sometimes I take it out on Israel, and I have to be like, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, babe. It's the hormones, they're just all out of whack. They're going crazy. Okay guys, so let's get into cravings. So lately I've been craving chicken teriyaki sub from Subway. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm craving this sub, because back when I was pregnant with Kaiden and Caleb, I hated chicken teriyaki subs from Subway. Before I was pregnant with Kaiden and Caleb, I used to love them. So it's just crazy to me that all of a sudden that I want them now. But yeah, I don't know why I've been just craving chicken teriyaki subs. I've also been craving Taco Bell. I craved Taco Bell with Kaiden and Caleb, and I think now I'm just starting to crave it even more now. As far as prenatal vitamins, I haven't started taking the prenatal vitamin just yet, and that's because I want my doctor to prescribe me one. Usually I would just get one off of the counter at like CVS or Walgreens, but this time around I want to really just get a prescribed prenatal pill, so I'm actually kind of waiting until I have my first doctor's appointment, which will be sometime probably next week. I'm going to be making a doctor's appointment, try to make it for either Friday, and if not Friday of next week, probably the week after. So yeah, I'm trying to hurry up and get me a doctor's appointment, going with my OBGYN. As far as doctors and where I want to go for my prenatal care, I'm going to be going probably to Hutzel Hospital. If not Hutzel, it's probably going to be Receiving Hospital. Just because I have been to Hutzel before. I was at Hutzel when I had Kaiden, and I had a decent experience. It wasn't like extremely bad, but if you guys remember back when I was pregnant with Caleb, I was telling you guys that I had a bill that I owed. That's why I had to have Caleb at Henry Ford Hospital when he was born. So this time around, I think I'm just going to go ahead, pay off that bill, and go ahead and go back to Huntsville. But we're still leaning toward receiving hospital just because we want to try something totally different with this baby. So we're not really sure yet, but when that time comes, you guys will definitely know where I'm getting my prenatal care. So now I'm going to be talking to you guys about some questions that I'm going to be asking my doctor when I have my very first prenatal visit. So for those moms that have had previous cesarean sections like I have, these are just a few questions that I'm going to be asking my doctor. So you guys can, use these as an example if you guys would like to ask your OB this if you want to have a VBAC. Okay, so the very first question says, what will be covered during this prenatal visit? I think that's a very good first question to ask, because some OBs, like, they don't tell you anything. Like, they just pretty much do your weight, your height. They don't never really go deep into depth of what they're going to be doing. And I think that is so important because you want to feel comfortable with your OB. You want to know exactly what's going to be going on at your, prenatal visit. So the second question goes, do you encourage VBACs? Do you perform C-sections? Because some doctors, some OBs don't perform C-sections. I mean, you might get an OB that only do vaginal births, and you might be hysterical. You think that your doctor is going to be doing your cesarean, and then come to find out she or he's giving you to another doctor that only does cesareans, or a doctor that does both. And you're just like, well, dang, like, I wanted you to deliver my child. It means that you don't do, C-sections. So that is a very good question. And then as far as do you encourage VBAC, that is a really great question. Some doctors feel like if you already had a C-section previously, that you will probably benefit from having another one. And that's not true, because there are a lot of women that have VBACs. So my third question would be, what if I have concerns about a specific test? Because when you go to your doctor's appointments, they take your blood, they ask you, do you want to get the flu shot and everything. Now, I am not getting the flu shot. I do not think that I have to get the flu shot. I didn't get it with Caleb, and Caleb turned out perfectly fine. When I got the flu shot with Kaiden, it made me so sick, guys. Like, I'm just like to the point where if my OB asks me, do I want to get the flu shot, I'm telling her no. It's optional, and that is not the option that I'm going to take. Then question number 4 is, what test will I need? I think that's a really good question to ask your OB, because some tests are not recommended. Some tests they feel like you need, and you need to know what are you going to be doing with my body. What tests are you going to be taking with this pregnancy? So definitely, I feel like that is a really big question that needs to be on the list. My question number 5 is, what's the likelihood I'll need another C-section? Because that's a really big deal for me. I really want to know, if my doctor feels that it's better for me to have another C-section because of my small frame. And I thought that I would be able to deliver Caleb, vaginally, and my doctor, she was all for it and everything. I remember telling you guys that back in my other pregnancy vlogs with Caleb, that she was perfectly fine with me doing vaginal, and she didn't see any causes for me not to be able to deliver him vaginally. And then I wound up having to get another C-section. So that is going to definitely be another question that I'm going to be asking, because I need to know if she is more comfortable with me getting another C-section. Because if it's in my best interest to have another C-section, then I'll just have to prepare myself for that. Now, as far as goals for this pregnancy, I want to make sure that I stay hydrated. So I have my water. I want to just be stress-free because when I was pregnant with Kaiden and Caleb, it was just so stressful, so stressful. So I'm really going to be focusing on being stress-free this entire pregnancy and eating healthier. Oh my goodness, like I feel like I'm always talking about fast foods. I'm going to be trying my best to eat healthier, because while I was pregnant with Caleb, all I was eating was McDonald's, Taco Bell, Coney Island. Like I was getting a lot of food that was not healthy at all. So I also want to spend as much time as I possibly can with my two beautiful little boys that I already have right now. I want them to know that, you know, this child is not going to be replacing them. I'm going to love all three of my children the same. And I'm just going to, like I said, just going to be enjoying my family as a family of 4 until we are a family of 5. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for this 5-week update. I'm going to show you guys my measurements and my belly. Okay guys, this is my belly from the front. This is my belly from the right side. My belly from the left side. Last week I was 24 inches around. Inches. 25 inches. And I will see you guys in my 6-week update. Remember, if this is your first time on this channel, to check out my family vlogs. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next update. Bye guys.